Factor. I'm Tone, and this is Nolan, and we're your hosts. And this is the Kung Fu show for you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cover all things Chinese martial arts, from the history of Chinese martial arts to competitive Wushu, traditional Kung Fu, Sanshao, mixed martial arts in movies, basically all things martial arts. But Wushu, Kung Fu, where'd all these things come from, Tone? Nolan, I'm glad you asked. Follow me back to the birthplace of Chinese martial arts. Tone, wait up!
There are currently over 100 recognized styles of Chinese Wushu. These encompass everything from slow, majestic Taiji Chuan to the odd-looking movements of duck boxing. Wushu, better known as Kung Fu in America, has a long and rich history. Organized fighting systems appeared in China as early as the Warring States period, around 500 BC. Today's modern sport Wushu began as a military art. Over the centuries, it was refined by religious orders and individual citizens as a means of self-defense, healthy exercise, and for the cultivation of moral virtue. Of the existing plays performed as Peking opera, about 1/3 contain scenes of Wushu fighting. Wushu has also played an important role in the development of modern film. In China, martial arts films have evolved from the early wuxia films with their tales of chivalrous sword-wielding knights to the Hong Kong-style kung fu films of the 1970s and the extreme action films of the 1990s. Actors like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and Jet Li have become popular in America, and their films have redefined the way action scenes are filmed all over the world. The numerous styles of Wushu are rich in variety and can be categorized in several ways. Different parts of China develop different systems, and in many cases, the style's characteristics reflect the region where it developed. Another way to categorize Wushu styles is by their development of internal energy. Styles like Taiji Chuan, Xingyi, and Bagua train internal energy, or qi, right from the start, while external styles train the muscles first. Most styles contain striking techniques, joint locking, and throwing techniques, though some styles emphasize one over the other. Many styles contain techniques that imitate the movements of animals. Ancient fighters are said to have been keen observers of nature. There are styles named after eagles, monkeys, and even insects. Most styles incorporate training with ancient weapons. There are around 100 different weapons in Wushu. These can be categorized as long weapons, short weapons, soft weapons, double weapons, and throwing or shooting weapons. Perhaps the most famous Wushu styles are those that originated at the Shaolin Temple in Hunan Province. Many stories are associated with the monks of the temple. Numerous films have focused on their exploits, and in the 1970s, a popular American television show called Kung Fu was based on the Shaolin Temple and the Buddhist religion practiced by the monks. Since Buddhism is a religion that prohibits killing, the monks perfected empty-hand fighting and the use of a simple wooden staff for self-defense. During the Qing dynasty, the government attacked the Shaolin Temple, and the surviving monks went south, spreading Shaolin martial arts throughout China. Another religion that influenced the development of Wushu is Taoism. Many styles trace their origins to one of China's 5 holy mountains. Legendary Taoist priest Zhang Sanfeng is often credited with having developed the principles of Taiji, which would later be turned by Chen Wangting into the art known as Taiji Chuan, or Grand Ultimate Fist. Though a legitimate fighting art, Taiji Chuan is also practiced for its health-giving benefits. In public parks all across China, you can see people practicing early in the morning before they head off to work. As firearms replaced the sword and governments became more stable, Wushu was used less as a means of self-defense and more as sport or entertainment. In 1928, the National Center of Wushu was established, and in 1933, the Guoshu Physical Culture Institute was started. Wushu tournaments were held throughout the 1930s. Following the Communist Revolution in 1949, Wushu practice was outlawed, and many instructors were forced to abandon teaching or teach in secret. In the 1950s, the Physical Culture and Sports Commission attempted to establish a national Wushu sport, which followed strict guidelines. Forms emphasizing acrobatic skills were developed, and some traditional defensive techniques were removed altogether. Sport Wushu flourished throughout the 1980s, and in 1989, an English translation of the book International Wushu Competition Routines was published, making 7 compulsory Wushu routines available to international competitors. Since then, many team coaches and competitors have moved to other countries across the world. Today, both traditional and sport Wushu are taught not just in China, but the world over.
So Kung Fu and Wushu are essentially the same thing.
Right.
Oh, I say traditional Kung Fu would focus more on self-defense and fighting applications.
Right.
And competitive Wushu places more emphasis on the performance of the art and on sport competition. Dude. Dude, what was that?
Dude, that was Wushu. More specifically, that was long fist. The 3 main styles that contribute most to modern long fist boxing are Hong style, Cha style, and Hua style. Long fist requires flexibility, smooth application of power, correct postures, hand-eye coordination, concentration, and correct breathing. The style is characterized by graceful and fully extended postures with quick and agile movements.
Dude, let's see some long fist. Dude, it looks like hardened stuff. How do you learn to do all that?
Dude, it's just like basketball. Just like how you have your basketball basics, like dribbling and shooting and passing, you have your Wushu basics. Where am I looking? I don't know. Oh, hand off.
So what are the Wushu basics?
Read the secret Kung Fu manual.
And now for the voiceover. Wushu basics include the movements of shoulder, arm, waist, leg, and hand, as well as footwork, jumps, leaps, and balancing. Some of the exercises are aimed at developing the physique. Some are aimed at strengthening breathing, while others stress the improvement of fighting skills.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse punch, punch and kick, fork and front punch. Reverse punch, punch and kick, fork and front punch. Reverse punch, punch and kick, fork and side punch. Go. Punch and kick, fork and side punch. Go. Punch and kick, fork and side punch. Fork and side punch. Step back and block. Finger block. Counter punch. Pivot and spear. Dragon. And casting. Reverse punch. Punch and kick. Fork and side punch. Step back and block. Finger block. Counter punch. Pivot and spear. Dragon. Casting. One. Punch. One. 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 Punch. One. Two. One. Punch. One. Three. Go. 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 Wushu isn't just bare-handed exercises. Weapons are used too.
Dude, that spear was like an undulating dragon.
Right, but the spear is thrust in a straight line.
You know, does that all show? I mean, can these guys fight?
Dude, Wushu is more than just fighting. Wushu is used for moral cultivation, artistic effect, health improvement, as well as self-defense.
Yeah, but can they fight?
Dude, Sanshao is the official full-contact fighting sport of modern Wushu. Sanshao utilizes punches, and kicks, and grappling, and throwing.
What about elbows and knees?
In international amateur Sanshao competitions, elbows and knees and chin-na and submission techniques aren't used. But most Sanshao gyms teach those techniques anyway.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
With all that jumping and spinning and kicking and stuff, how do people not get injured?
What you need to see is a strength and conditioning montage!
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 Time, we're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a
There are a lot of movies on the internet these days, and martial arts movies are no exception. One that we're gonna watch right now is called Episode 10, The Mind's Eye.
Oh, cool. That's the one that stars Anthony Marquez, right?
Right.
He was Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat.
Right, that dude.
Oh yeah, and the villain in Spaceman.
Right, yeah. Did you
Ah,
see that
some
one?
national champion or
Right,
something,
exactly.
right?
So yeah, let's get to it
Cool.
right now.
And who are they? Refuse found in waterfront bars. Shanghai. Just lost drunken men who no longer care where they find themselves each morning. You left some rather sizable debts in America. Diners Club hasn't called in my card yet. There were some questions which I was forced to ask. I got no answers. And you want me to join this? There are certain realities I want us to have a clear understanding. No. There's no misunderstanding between us.
thought it was really cool, man. Especially when they closed their eyes and they were fighting in their mind and stuff. When it was, black and white and everything. I really thought it was cool. So episode 10. So is there a 1 through 9 that we're missing? Is there more to come or what?
Dude, episode 10 is one episode in a series of short films that, when strung together, would form one glorious epic.
Epic, man. Like, same thing when the Voltron lions would form together and become one big guy, and then they form a sword and, kill the bad guy. It's kind of like that, right?
And that's all the time we have for you today. I'm Tone,
And this is Nolan
and we'll see you next time.
on the Woo Factor.